Who's this one? Thank the Lord I got notified again. LOL. I remember having met you on Naval 1918 ages ago. LOL. What's up, mate? I'll tell you one thing. I'm fucking pissed about America. Not the people, but the government. I mean, first thing, he threatens to invade Canada, which is one of the King's realms, the British King's realms. That's a big no-no. And then he invites Zelensky over, who, bless his heart, his country is still fighting a war. And Trump makes this deal. But the thing about this fucking deal, and I fucking hate this, I really fucking despise this, is he wants Ukraine to basically give up his sovereignty for protection. So, if Zelensky would have signed this deal, and thank the fuck God he didn't, thank God he didn't sign the deal, then Trump would have taken all of the the rare minerals, earth minerals and resources under Ukraine. And it would have made Ukraine basically a slave state, or a slave country. Which is a huge fucking no, because generations upon generations of Ukrainians would be paying that back. And then Donald Trump has the fucking audacity to then say, oh, it was 350 billion of loans. First of all, it wasn't fucking loans, because the United States bought their fucking equipment in the United States. And then they sent it to Ukraine. They actually gifted all of the equipment to Ukraine. So Donald Trump is a fucking liar there. Second of all, it wasn't 350 billion. It was, I believe, 119 billion. So he's again a fucking liar there. And good luck, everyone. He then goes on to say that Ukraine has to pay Europe back. No, they fucking don't. They don't have to pay us back. We gifted that equipment to Ukraine. And Donald Trump thinks he has the fucking guts to come on and basically tell Europe what to do, what to say. No, fuck him. Fuck off. Deal with your own fucking country. Piss off. And I find it ironic that, and this isn't against the American people. The American people are lovely. But the American government are so short-sighted. They are so... What's the word? I can't find the word. But they are so ignorant that they only care about money. That's all they want. They want money from this peace deal. And it's a good thing that Zelensky did not sign that deal, because then he would have given up his country's sovereignty. That's how it would have worked. And I'm just so grateful that he did not sign that deal. I'm so grateful he didn't sign that deal. But Donald Trump, and then everybody has the balls. This is the other thing. Everyone has the audacity to blame Zelensky when they had that row in the Oval Office. No. Donald Trump and JD Vance were bullying the living hell out of Zelensky, trying to force him to sign that deal. It's horrific of how they've treated that poor bloke. It's absolutely horrific. And people still stand up for Donald Trump. He's nothing but a tyrant. He's an incredibly dangerous person. Very dangerous. You can't trust the bloke. You just can't trust him. You cannot. I mean, even and the other thing, this is the other thing. He believes that he can make America rich by putting tariffs on everyone. Does he not understand? Does he not understand that if but Europe and Canada and the UK have put tariffs or are in the process of putting tariffs on the US, so that means that the US would have to pay more, and because the US will be tariffed by multiple different countries, it means it will absolutely smash the US economy. It will make US poorer as a country, so they won't be able to fund their overinflated military anymore. Honestly, I don't know what Trump is doing, but he is self-destructing the United States. I'm from the United Kingdom, so I don't really have a say. But all I'm saying is, don't trust the bloke. He is notoriously dangerous. He is extremely dangerous. He's setting your country up to fail. That's what he's doing. He's an extremely dangerous individual, and he needs to be removed from office. I'm literally saying that. He needs to be removed from office. I don't understand why more people don't see that what he's doing is completely wrong. He's disrespected the King of England. He's disrespected the Canadian Prime Minister. He's disrespected the British Prime Minister. He's disrespected the French Prime Minister. He's been notoriously bullish towards the Ukrainian president, French Prime Minister, French president, and the Ukrainian president. And then he has the audacity to try and force Zelensky, bless his heart, into a peace deal, which is completely unfair. It only benefits the US, and that is not how it should work. That is godforsakenly awful, and Trump should be bloody ashamed of himself, because Franklin, I can't remember his middle name, but Franklin D. Roosevelt he's probably turning in his grave from how disrespectful Trump is being. Trump thinks he's on the top of the world. Well, the problem is, sunshine, you can't disrespect royals and you can't disrespect your allies. That's completely out of line. Completely out of line. You know, for an example, right? Say this: the US is being attacked by, say, China and Russia, and let's just say that the US left NATO for some reason. Okay, this is completely hypothetical, so whatever. But how would America feel if, say, the European Union made a deal and then tried to force the President of the United States to sign it, and the deal was the European Union would assist the United States. In return, the European Union would get access to all of America's resources. How would you feel? You don't like it, do you? Americans don't like it. Well, you just gotten a taste of what that's like. And I'm not attacking the American people. I'm really not. The American people are they're really cool guys. They're really relaxed people. Well, I say relaxed people, but they like guns, which is absolutely fine. But it's the American government which is the big fucking problem. Trump has gotten too big for his boots. Too big for his boots. And he needs to be removed from office. He really needs to be removed from office, otherwise it is the complete Portuguese. I haven't met many Portuguese people, but honestly, America is fucked if they do not do something about Trump. They need to remove him from Trump. They need to remove him from the White House because he is a severe danger. Because the thing is, and this is the thing that people don't seem to understand about tariffs. Because multiple countries are going to be putting massive tariffs on the US economy, and the US is just one country which is going to be putting tariffs on all these countries. It's going to hit America so much more than it's going to hit the EU and the UK and Canada and Mexico and whatnot. And I don't think that many people have put that together yet. Because, obviously they're too interested in what's currently going on, which is absolutely understandable. That's absolutely understandable. But I think people really need to recognize the big fucking danger here, and that is the American economy will potentially collapse in a matter of years with all these tariffs. Because okay, so Wing, let's make a scenario, right? Say you are the Prime Minister of Portugal and I am the Prime Minister of the UK, right? Say you start putting tariffs on goods imported into your country from the UK, okay? I retaliate with a 25% tariff on all goods imported into the UK from Portugal. So what that does is instantly people in Portugal and the UK will then start to have to pay 25% more on all goods in both countries. But then let's say the European Union then starts to put tariffs of, say, 35% on the UK, okay? Now, the UK is completely outnumbered, and this is going to really hurt the UK's economy. The UK's economy is going to take a massive hit. That's basically what's going to happen to the US. Is the US... Yeah, the thing is the US is going to be completely and utterly obliterated by these tariffs if the people do not wake up and see the danger. And at the moment, people have not seen how dangerous this man is. First, he threatens. He doesn't just suggest, he threatens to take away one of the king's realms, which is Canada. Canada is part of the Commonwealth. Okay? You threaten any of the countries in the Commonwealth, you are directly threatening the king. That's a big no-no. That's a big no-no. You don't do that. That's like, why would you do that? You're basically setting yourself up for self-destruction. And then he says, "Oh, we're going to tariff Mexico and Canada with 25% tariffs." Well, okay, but what's your agenda here? Like, to punish Canada for not giving you oil? Seriously? Seriously? The reason why Canada stopped sending you oil is because you were acting a bit of an arse. And I'm talking about what I'm talking about is I'm talking about the government. I'm not talking about the people. So please don't be offended. But the American government have completely lost it. They have completely lost the way, really. I don't know what's happened to Trump, but he's a complete. It's either he's a completely different bloke, or he has fooled everyone, because he is dangerous. And I just hope more people wake up to this to this danger. I really hope. But yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think it is. I mean, the thing is the UK, Canada, well, Commonwealth, and I'm just trying to think, and the UK, the Commonwealth, and the European Union have just signed a deal with Ukraine, saying that they're going to put. They need to put they're going to put boots on the ground and planes in the air. And Donald Trump doesn't like that. He doesn't like the fact that that Ukraine has just done a deal with European Union and the Commonwealth, because now Trump can't do a deal with Ukraine, and he doesn't like that, and he's probably going to retaliate a lot harder. But the problem is, if he retaliates a lot harder, and if he puts more sanctions on the EU is just going to put more sanctions on America. So, however way you see this, America is going to lose. They will lose this tariff war. And the problem is, it's not going to be the higher-ups and the governments suffering this. It's going to be the American people are going to suffer badly for this. They are going to suffer badly. You know, now that Canada has stopped sending oil to America and is now sending it to Europe or the European Union, that has most likely smashed a part of the US economy. Like, if I just look this up, if I just look up pound to dollar. It might be good that the article get thrown out sooner through civil unrest. Oh yeah, civil unrest. It's going to go through the roof. It's going to go through the fucking roof. I mean, the thing is the American people have not realised of who they've just voted in. They haven't realised that, and you know, bless their hearts, they're going to get a rude awakening when they realise of the absolute mess Trump is. They're going to realise that, and it's going to hit them hard. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Um, 70,000. That's not bad, actually. Pretty good. Look. Okay. What can I do here? Offensive AA. Actions on. I don't really use defensive AA, though. How long do these turrets take to turn? 21 seconds. 137 meters. I feel like putting this on. There you go, 18 seconds. And then, I mean, the thing is this is the problem. Donald Trump was the biggest bully I've ever seen. He tried so hard, and JD Vance was no better. JD Vance was a total ass in during that meeting. He tried to lecture Zelensky on the history of Ukraine. Like, how fucking dare he? Like, how fucking dare he try to lecture Zelensky on Ukraine's history? That's so fucking disrespectful. So disrespectful. And then people have the audacity to say, "Oh well, Zelensky was in the wrong, and he wasn't dressed that well." Well, seriously, Elon Musk, okay? Elon Musk does not wear a suit and tie in the White House. That's been confirmed. So they can't say. And bear in mind, Zelensky, he is the president of a country at war against an aggressor. So these people have no fucking right in having a go at Zelensky, bless his heart, for looking a little bit ragged.
No.
Yeah, it is a whole level of fucking disrespect. Like, for example, if I was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, and you were the Prime Minister of Portugal, and you came over to my country, and, tried to do like a trade or whatnot, and I started to lecture you about Portuguese history, how would you feel? You would probably feel really pissed off. You would probably feel really hurt. So, the fact that Trump had the fucking balls, had the audacity to sit there, not only lie in front of Emmanuel Macron, in front of Keir Starmer, and in front of Zelensky, is so disrespectful. I cannot put it into words of how ashamed I am. And I'm not even American. And this special relationship that the UK and the US were meant to have, that's over. That's over. That's completely done for. There is no special relationship there anymore. Not with the way that America's acted. I'm sorry, but no. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting the way that JD Vance and Donald Trump tried to bully Zelensky into that deal, knowing full fucking well that Zelensky would be basically giving up his country. Like, Zelensky, he has proven time after time after time that not only is he willing to stop this aggressor, and the when he claimed that he's done like 22, I think it was like meetings, always tried like 22 deals and whatnot, and it's never worked, or ceasefires, and Russia has broken it. That was confirmed. That was backed up by actual sources. So the US can't lie on that. And the fact that the fucking US had the balls to vote against putting more sanctions on Russia shows the fucking audacity. The fucking... I'm sorry, I'm getting so annoyed here, because the US is meant to be this flagship of democracy and the leader of the free world, and yet they've done this. They've sided with a dictator. I'm so pissed off. I'm so pissed. It's only a matter of time before every member of the public in the US realizes of the shit stain that's just happened. The level of fucking disrespect is off the charts. I'm disgusted in the President of the United States. How fucking dare he? How dare he try not just manipulate another country? Yeah, gone against what they fucking stood for. Donald Trump should be fucking ashamed. And he is not only a liar, he's a deceiver, and he manipulates. He tries his damnedest to manipulate people. And it is so... I'm so angry right now. I'm so angry. What's up, Sunshifter? I mean, the problem is Donald Trump. No, not every world leader tries and pushes another country at fucking war into an unfair peace deal that benefits the fucking United States only. No, they don't do that. Like, yes, we may have had some shitty leaders in the past, but we're talking about the current era. And the current era is that Trump is a liar and he is a deceiver. He has deceived the American people. The American people have not understood yet, and it's not... I'm not against the American people, but they are... You know, they're still celebrating their victory, which is absolutely fine. They're still celebrating their victory of the political polls. That's absolutely fine. But they have to realise the dangers. And the danger is A, these tariffs are going to be potentially the end of the US, because the US is against multiple countries in this tariff war. B, he has sided. This is what I was talking about to Wing, was the US voted against putting tariffs, more tariffs, on Russia. They voted against that. Like, you must have a level of fucking disrespect for the world. And Donald Trump still claims that the United States is still the leader of the free world. Seriously? seriously, you voted with Russia against putting sanctions on Russia. Like, how has people not even heard of this? I don't get it. It boggles my mind. It completely boggles my mind. So, for example, and I was talking to this about to Wing. If Wing was the Prime Minister of Portugal and I was the Prime Minister of the UK, and I started putting tariffs on Portugal, 25% tariffs, it will mean that British goods that go to Portugal, Portuguese people would have to pay 25% more than what they would have normally paid. Well, if Wing, who in this hypothetical scenario is the Prime Minister of Portugal, then puts 25% tariffs on the UK, that means that goods being imported into the UK from Portugal, people living in the UK would have to pay 25% more on goods from Portugal. So you don't give a shit about anyone else outside the US? Is that what you're basically saying? You don't care about any other country? So you don't care that Trump, he threatened Canada. He tried to. This is the thing. He tried to push Zelensky into an unfair deal, which would have meant that Ukraine would have had to give up all their resources to America, which is already completely stupid, really. He insulted the British King by saying, "Oh, we're going to take over Canada," which is, might I add, under British control. You are never going to see low prices. You will not see low prices. You won't see low prices because the European Union, Canada, and the UK are retaliating against America with tariffs. Your country is going to be tariffed out of existence. Why don't you understand this? You will never see low taxes. Fuel prices are going to go through the roof because Canada has stopped sending natural gas and oil to the US. Goods are going to be a lot more expensive in the US. I mean, currently you have brands which are talking about leaving the US if things do not stabilize. The US is currently falling apart. That's not the point. That's not the point. That is not the point. You are completely missing the point. Europe and the UK are no longer allies with you because the way that your government has acted. Your government has acted completely irresponsibly. They have sided with a dictator who started a war. Trump called Zelensky a dictator and said that he started the war against Russia. That's completely wrong. And then he voted. And then he voted against adding more sanctions onto Russia. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely preposterous. All Trump wants is to make America rich, but the problem is he's doing it in the completely wrong way. He's making enemies. I mean, people are already saying in the news, in the newspapers, in the European Union, news, that America is no longer the leader of the free world. It's France that is leader of the free world. America is no longer leader of the free world because of what Trump's done. Is that against the American people? No, it's not. The American people have done nothing wrong. What I'm saying is Trump has failed the American people. He has failed Zelensky. He has failed democracy. He has failed the free world. And he should be ashamed. He insulted the king. He insulted the president of France. He insulted the prime minister of the UK. And he insulted Vladimir Zelensky. And you're saying you don't care? It's bloody rich. How would Franklin D. Roosevelt feel if he came up from his grave today? He would probably despise how America has become in the past, 2 weeks? Oh, I misclicked there. My mistake. You need to get Trump out of office. You have to get Trump out of office. How about just being...
I don't want to talk about phone.
Well, you're going to hear politics. You're not going to tell me what to talk about and what not to talk about. If you don't want to hear politics, then don't watch the stream. Simple as that. This is a free channel. This is a channel with free speech. Don't understand how like, again, I'm going to stress again, it is not against the American people, it's against the American government. The American government have jeopardized the American people with acting like fools. They have acted like fools. They have firstly, again, I'm going to say, firstly, they insulted the British, French, Ukrainian leaders and the King of UK by saying that he's going to make Canada the 51st state, which is so bloody wrong. Like, you don't do that. You don't, because then that's a direct threat against the Commonwealth. Like you just don't do that. It's a good thing that Canada stood up and said no, and it's a good thing that Canada cut off the the natural gas and oil supplies to the US refineries. That's a good thing. It will teach the American government a lesson. Really will. It will teach them a lesson. But yeah, I'm not going to have someone come in my chat and tell me what to talk about and what not to talk about. I'm not going to have that. I'm not going to have that. This is a chat with free speech. You can talk about whatever you want, within reason. And today, I wanted to talk about politics. And I'm not going to have someone come into my chat and tell me what I can and can't say. Not going to have that. I'm not going to stand for that. Four-kilometer range. AA. A toggle. Right. Implacable.
You'll hopefully shoot them. It's so long that they can't just bully their queens and stuff. I've done power later, so I've done it cut like any short. And yeah, understand the frustration of that.
Alright, mate. Oh well. Oh, I'm never gonna get that.